everyone, this is Jennifer Stay from Coloring Pages Bliss, and welcome to video number 5 of my gel pen coloring series. Before I get started, I wanted to remind you that in the description of this video is a link to my website where you can find a set of printable worksheets I have created for you to practice the tips and techniques I'm about to demonstrate. I also have weekly live coloring events every Wednesday on Facebook, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and join my fun community. Okay, let's get started. Alright, in video number 5 we're going to talk about the power of a base layer. Now, a lot of our gel pens are translucent in nature. Now that means that whatever is underneath what we color is going to show through a little bit. Now that gives us some opportunities to play with what we put underneath our gel pens, and it is a lot of fun. So in the worksheet that I've provided for you, I've given you lots of squares to experiment with your gel pens and with different coloring supplies that you may have available to you at home. My favorites, of course, are the highlighters. I have an entire video, which I have a link to in the description of this video, all dedicated to my secret weapon, the highlighter, where you can use these as a base layer. But you can also use other alcohol markers and water-based markers. You can also use color pencils. There's all kinds of things you can use as base layers. But pull those out for this project because we are going to have a lot of fun layering our gel pens on top of these base layers. And come and download a worksheet where you can practice and experiment and get to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you before you move on to your coloring pages. So let's learn a little bit about this. I have a flower drawn out here so I can show you how this works. Now let's start with a highlighter, because you guys know how much I love my highlighters, and we're going to lay this down on this petal, and we can combine techniques here, of course, and use our smear techniques and our other blending techniques, or we can just simply color right on top. And having a base layer is going to do a couple things for us. One, it's going to make the color that we lay on top of it change slightly. We can make it richer, we can make it brighter. There's all kinds of things we can do for it. And two, anywhere where we don't color it completely, of course we're using a teeny tiny little tip of a pen to do our coloring, and often it's easy to miss a spot, and when that happens the base layer is going to peek through. That's going to make coloring a little easier because our mistakes are hidden. And also you can capitalize on that if you want pops of bright color to show, like what's happening here, then you can use a bright base layer to make that happen. So here we've used a really bright fluorescent base layer of a highlighter and a darker kind of autumn orange on top to get this look. Now let's change it up. We're going to use an orange highlighter on the next petal and see how that changes the look of the same gel pen. Okay, same gel pen on top, but here we've used the yellow highlighter and here we've used the orange highlighter. In fact, let me mark that. Orange base layer, yellow base layer, and we get a totally different feel on each petal. Let's try a different color for a base layer and see what happens. So again, you can see we've got a different color just by changing up the base layer. Let's go again. Awesome, totally different. All right, and just for comparison, I'm going to color the center without a base layer so you can see what this pen would look like on white. There you go. So this will show you very plainly the power of a base layer. One pen now, if you have a set of highlighters or any other kind of pen markers, becomes all these different colors and shades. So you have one pen turning into all these different colors. Now let's show you some other things you can do with base layers. Here I've got a trio of my Crayola super tips. I'm going to do some quick coloring of this leaf. That's my base layer. Here I have a glittery lime color. It's kind of a yellowish green color. And I can go over the whole thing now. Get a beautiful glittery effect with the gradient of colors underneath it. And that is the power of the base layer. So of course, if you wanted to see what this would look like just on its own, it's this really light yellow. So that base layer just really made a huge difference for this gel pen. Awesome. If you enjoyed this video, please take a second to hit that like button. It really helps my channel out. And leave me a little comment before moving on to video number 6, where I'm going to introduce to you an amazing new tool to use with your gel pens, and that is glycerin. You are going to think it is magic. At least I think it's like magic. So come join me with video number 6. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.